Take it away, fellas.
Thank you, voice girl, and welcome once again to another edition of the Man Space Podcast. Now, this is the voice of Russ, and with me, as always, is a man who says there'll be no turkeys pardoned in his house. The one and only Big Les.
What's up, dog?
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, we be frying them things.
Yeah, man.
Ain't no pardoning. We cooking them boys. Hey. Like one going on the smoker, two going in some grease.
Oof. You doing 3 this year?
3.
Oh man.
Yeah. For us not having no more children and grandbabies, it just continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And
Yeah. We're house hopping this year, so
well,
we're cooking at the house, but it's supposed to rain, so it's gonna throw off my frying schedule. So we're gonna bounce a couple of houses in between while we wait for the rain to stop.
Hey, I got a tent hanging off the front of the garage, and that's how it was going down.
You know, I told Miss Russ, I said that's what we should do.
Yeah, man.
We got him sitting there, and she's
just if you got a tent, man, just throw that thing up, hot, pop that grease under there, and call it a day. That's what I'm gonna do, bro. Now, if it get too ratchet, I got another option.
Okay,
I got the indoor turkey fry.
Really?
Yeah. So I got 3 turkey fries, but that's beside the point.
That's beside the point.
Yeah. the electric one I got in the house works just as good. It might work a little bit better than the propane one with
See,
I like that one a lot.
I'm into that one. I haven't gotten one yet.
I like it a lot.
You can control the temperature a lot easier.
Yes. And guess what else? I fry chicken in it when I'm having a large family gathering. I fire that thing up, man. Drop that basket with about 25 pieces of chicken in it. Pull it all up and it's ready. At one time. Then I'll drop another batch.
This is why I don't like talking to Les, because he knows my weakness is gadgets. And so he knows that I'm going to be sitting here searching Amazon while we're doing the show.
I got gadget fever too.
Looking elsewhere, it's because I'm on Amazon.
I got gadget fever too. So we're no good for each other, right?
That is true.
That's the thing, is we're no good for each other. And I'm not gonna tell you about no other gadgets. Yeah.
But speaking of no good, did you see this? It's a story coming out of Indonesia. Where they have a cow shortage.
Yeah.
And they're using fish and grinding them up into a white protein powder to make milk.
That's
You wouldn't try it?
No.
They're doing it in different flavors. You know, they're adding sugar to it.
I'm sure.
Strawberry and chocolate.
Strawberry fish milk.
Yeah, you wouldn't do it? You wouldn't do it?
No, sir. That's like, she brought that up. I saw a story on YouTube the other day doing my rabbit hole research, is what I like to call it, right? Camel milk.
Do you know?
Oh, yeah. They've been doing it.
Yeah.
But now it is becoming more mainstream, and they're complaining because they can't keep up with the need, with the want, because camels don't give off as much milk as a cow does.
Right.
But camel milk, and they're like, to people tasting it, was like, well, I don't hate it. It's a little salty. I'm like, yeah.
Well,
I can only imagine that one.
I'm gonna one up you right here.
Oh, here we go.
Did you see this over in Idaho? I think it was Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
They had a cooking competition to see who can be the most creative by using insects.
Oh,
The winner made this
I'm done. I'm
cricket.
done. A cricket? What?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, see, in other countries, eating
This
insects is a day of
was
life.
here.
But I'm just saying, in other countries,
This was
I've seen a scorpion on a stick, and
this is these are the people and why we have 4 more years. So that's as far as we're gonna go with that. And
the orange Mussolinis, you know.
but Les, before I bring in our guests, I gotta do something very special.
Oh, you gonna
Yeah.
tell us about it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna drop just a little bit of breaking news.
Oh, oh, oh.
Yes.
Here we go.
So, Manspace Nation, there are times that I drop breaking news on this show and I don't tell my co-host because I want to see his natural reaction to it when I tell him. So it depends on how he responds, because if he doesn't respond a certain way, this might be a dud. So I will cut this whole segment out of the show and you'll never hear it. But in this case,
okay,
I think this is a winner, Les.
all right. Let's hear it.
This is
Let's
a
hear
winner.
it. Because now, yeah, I'm all the way in. I'm activated. Let's go.
So, coming first quarter of 2025, we will have our official streaming channel.
What? Yeah,
WTMS will be going live in the first quarter of next year. We are in production right now. Websites in development, Manspace Nation. Y'all guys keep tuning in. Follow us on social media and keep tuning in to get all the details of WTMS, and we will let you know, because you'll be able to catch us there. And
the goosebumps, bro.
Goosebumps. Other podcasts. We're going to open it up for other podcasters to get their content on the network. A lot of original content will be on there. WTMS will be going live first quarter of next year.
I can already, that's beautiful. WTMS.
Yes.
The home of the Manspace podcast.
Yes, it is. Yes, it will be.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be.
Oh, yes.
But,
yes. Well, look, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I know. There we go. We're going to keep it in there. We're going to keep it in there.
I thought you was going to tell me about some lactose-free ice cream or something. You know what
I mean? Lord knows I need it.
Me too. That's why your boy said something. Me too.
Oh, man. Well, listen, Manspace Nation. Yeah. We have a special guest, and today we have the incredible honor of speaking with Mr. Shay Brown, a globally renowned sales expert, throughout a motivational speaker, and he is the founder of the Happy Entrepreneur Network. Shay is dedicated to helping individuals and organizations achieve their goals through ethical and effective sales strategies. His mission is to empower entrepreneurs with tools, systems, and the right mindset, inspired by countless professionals to take their businesses to the next level. Manspace Nation, Shay is not just a coach, but he is a visionary who transforms lives. Welcome to the Manspace podcast, Mr. Shay Brown.
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas? It's
What's
a great
going
day, and it's an
on?
honor and a privilege to be here, by the way. Congratulations.
Yes.
I feel like I was behind the scenes hearing about what's coming up. I know you haven't dropped it yet, but man, that's super exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Raised goosebumps all on my arms. I'm extremely thrilled.
I have been like knee deep in. I'm not even gonna say knee deep. I am elbows deep in it right now, and every free second I've had, that's what I've been working on of late. So, yes, WTMS will be coming to life very, very, very soon.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, congratulations. It allows you to reach more people, have more impact, and change more lives with the message that both you and Russ are doing right now. So I'm super excited about it. That's just a plug, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back in 2025. Holla at your boy. Y'all know I couldn't just say, y'all hope y'all expect that from me, by the way.
Love it.
You're going to drop it on me
fully
like that. I want to come back during prime time, okay?
Well,
that's right.
You were here for the announcement, so you get to be there too. So how about that?
That's right.
There it is.
If not, at least invite me to the virtual party. Okay, can I get invited to the virtual party?
Absolutely,
definitely.
Absolutely. We're gonna have one of those today, Shay. You know. Well, we greatly appreciate you being on the show with us, today.
Thank you so much for having me here. I appreciate it.
It's no problem. Russ tells me we have a little something in common. I see that you're he tells me that you're a fellow photographer as well.
Yes, I call myself, I have to have my own terms. I'm part of the LL Cool J family. So we got remix version on everything. So someone says photographer, I say I'm a visual storyteller. I happen to use a camera to tell the story. So whether it's a still story or a movie story, that's how we bring it all together, man. But congratulations. Which camera do you use? It's kind of like an Android or iPhone. Are you a Canon person? Are you a Sony person? Like
I'm a Sony guy.
Then I'm with the right person at the right time. We're in good company. Now I don't know. I've never used the Canon as much, and I've never used the other ones. But
never used.
Sony.
I started with the Nikon DSLR, and I went from a Nikon DSLR to the Cadillac. So I had to switch over into the Sony realm. And I'm actually getting ready to upgrade. So I want to get into more of the sports photography,
Okay, which camera are you going to upgrade to?
Probably the A1 or the A2.
Okay. I have the A1. It works perfectly well. I know A2 just came out, so I think you should get the A2. I'm just saying, just because of the latest technology. I just got mine this guy when it first came out. So I'm looking at the A2 as well. So I'm like, Well,
see, the reason I said A1 or A2 is because I'm like, A1's about to go on sale.
Not much. I mean, it might not be much of a spread between 6,500 and maybe 6,000, maybe 55, maybe. But that camera, $1,000, it's not a big spread. I doubt if it goes down $1,000. I'd be surprised.
You think so? I was hoping so.
Because I don't know. That's a mighty good camera. The new one's not doing that much different, I don't think.
No, it's not. Not very much. Everything's pretty much the same, but there's a few little things with it.
The video stuff.
Yeah, the video stuff. Yeah. But I'm thinking about it. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a Christmas present that my wife is not going to like, but I'm okay with that.
if you're going to be in a doghouse, go big.
That's what I said.
Just go big.
Call it a day. I'll be good to go. What got you into photography, visual art, being a storyteller?
Sure. It started many, many moons ago, right? My sons were playing Pop Warner football. That's how long ago it was, by the way. And while they're playing football, and my other son was playing basketball, I was there. And this was back when you used to get the cameras. You would take the pictures and have to take it to get it developed. I told you, I'm about as old as I can get out of here these days. So, I started taking pictures. When I was taking the pictures, I would then get duplicates and give them away. Didn't know what I was doing, but I enjoyed doing that. Now, at the time, I was going through my second divorce, so it was a good opportunity to meet a lot of folks. I'll say it like that. I'm married. I've been married 15 years. Very, very happy. That was the start of something I enjoyed. One, the faces when I gave it to them, but I really found a little love for it. Then I moved up. I remember getting the Nikon, I want to say the 65, N70. Nikon and D70. I think it's D70. It's been a while. And that took me on the track. And then I got off of doing it because it's work, time, a lot of stuff, and just got away from it. And then I got reconnected. And here's the point I make to you and why I'm in photography and how I got back into doing visual storytelling. Is about 4 years ago, the market has changed about 5 years ago during COVID. And my son was doing video photography. He had done it in football. He played at St. Augustine. And he said, Dad, you should just go ahead and do this. And I was getting frustrated because I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, like getting a handyman. You try to find someone, you want them to take pictures and they can't do it. And you try to get someone else and then you pay them and they did the work, but it takes forever to get the work. And he was like, you can just do it. So that started me on the journey of just doing it for myself first. And then like you and other folks, when I'm all in at my age, I don't dibble and dabble. I'm like, I'm in. And then
I'm off the deep end. I'm in the deep end too. I'm same way.
I'm all the way in. Rusty, I mean, in less than 3 months, we had 3 cameras and stuff. And the reason for that, just in 1 minute, the reason for that is that when I bought the first camera, it was just to carry around and just, have fun. But I found I liked it. Folks liked what I was doing. And then I hired the best person in DMV, a guy named Ivan Singleton, who does videos and photography. And he's like, I'm going to teach you both. And I had a good understanding, but not the technical. I didn't know about f-stops and all that. And so, a year later, and I'm loving it. So that's how I got started for myself. And now I can share that love with other folks.
And see me, I started for myself and then tried to go into a business realm with it. And then it became work and it was no longer fun. So I pulled away from it, right? Because I got into it at first because it was fun. Then I started, I could make a few dollars. I'll shoot some weddings, a couple grand here and do these things. And then and I started upgrading gear. And all of a sudden I got 5, 6 flashes, 15 lenses, 3 bodies, all these different things. And I don't enjoy it anymore.
If you don't enjoy it, it's time to get out of it. It's time to move down a different track.
Well, I sat away from it for 3 years and now I got the itch again. So now it's just purely for me. I don't want a business out of it anymore. So now it's I'm going to get back into shooting landscapes, things that I want to see, purely for me. What
you find, I think, is we did the same thing. It wasn't going to be a business, but it was just for me. And dual, it looks like you're all the way in on the photography side, and now it's right down the middle between photography, which is visual stills for those who don't know pictures, and doing video, because the world was moving fast in video. And in my industry, video is king. Okay, if you're not building a digital media empire, you might as well just go home. Okay, seriously, you might as well not have high-speed internet. And so that led it to a business where we end up starting a whole company called Media Expertise in 1 minute. And the reason for that, and for those folks that are listening at home and watching, you'll be told a lot of things. I was told, stay in my lane. I talked to some of my buddies in the industry. They say, Shay, you're just known for sales. That's not what you do. And I was so afraid. And I don't know if I ever told you this, Russ. I don't know if I did it publicly, but I was so afraid to not tell people it was me that I created like Media Expertise. It was like this pseudo company, right? Which I owned. But I was learning how to do all the video production and the photography production. And here's what I'll share with anyone, just because folks say that's not who you are, in the world that we're in now, in 6 months, 18 months, certainly in 3 years, you can become probably in the top 5 or 10% of any industry if you stick to it and have the right guidance and expertise. And so now we have a company that does media productions when we want to do it. And it's just been amazing. It's been an incredible extension to our business. So I love it. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day I'll get there. But for right now, it'll be soccer, football, baseball, and a little bit of dance and cheer. And
but you're good. If you're doing weddings, you really, I'm doing weddings. I like doing what you call lifestyle shots. and I like being in a position where nobody writes me a check. I say, no, I don't want any money. I'm going to eat anyway, right? I'm going to eat. I'll be okay. But I like to do it for the love of it too. So I have not done outside of in my controlled environment. Really, I don't do paid work outside.
Yeah, I've done.
I bought it for my son. He does a lot of production.
Yeah, I've done a few weddings and things like that. But it gets
too much
when you're working by yourself, it becomes an extreme amount of pressure doing things for yourself. And then, like you said, if you don't know how to operate that camera, if you don't know about s-stops and shutter priority and all these different things, ISOs, you will be in trouble. So, but I learned it. I learned it pretty quick, but now I just want to do it at a slower pace. Oh, I don't have to rattle off 5,000 shots for this day. I'll take 15 and I'll be happy.
Man, enjoy it, man. It's a lot of fun. It was so bad with me, just like you, that I was so afraid of missing shots, and Russ see me at different events that I got 2 cameras. I got 2 A1s. That's how bad it is. I'm old, so we buy toys. So I'm like, okay, I got this 70 to 2, 24 to 70, 70 to 200 on this lens, and I got the 35 on this. I'm not missing a shot, and they both programmed the exact same way, so nobody knows what camera I use. So if one jams up, I'm like, oh, what I need to do? I pull the other one up.
But I have a friend, a younger guy that I talked to. He's a friend, and he wants to get into that. And I was like, listen, man, learn your equipment first. Go shoot as much as you possibly can before you invest and purchase strobes and all of these different things. It's like, put yourself under some extreme pressure and give the stuff away for free, because your work has to be to a certain level where you're getting paid for it. Okay. One. And the prices you're going to start to expect for the things that you do will come directly off of your quality. It's like, so learn your camera, give good quality, and give good customer service. Real simple.
I like it, man. Wise advice. So hope person takes your advice and
get
a Sony and get a G Master lens. Come on, somebody.
I told him.
It does. I mean, I don't shoot automatic, but I got a G lens, and so it's going to outperform someone else who has a better eye. So I got to shoot.
That's the only way to get
more shots than someone else, because I'm still developing the composition, is what they call it, ladies and gentlemen. That's when you see what you see. I'm about to take 10 shots to get someone's 1 shot. But at the end of the day, my people I give to, they don't care. All they care is they got the shot.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, awesome.
Well, before we move, we need to move on. And we're going to play a quick game. And it is time, Manspace Nation, for the Manspace Game Show. This is going to be a best 3 out of 5 questions game. Yes, questions game, where Shay, you are going to compete against Les.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to ask a question. In that question, it will be from a survey that we've done with 100 people. When I ask you the question, you're going to have to decide how many out of 100 did whatever the question is asked. When the question goes over to the other person has to guess higher or lower than what the first person said. Whoever is closest to it will win the round, and then we will move on. Best 3 out of 5 wins. Any questions, gentlemen?
Nope.
Let's get it.
All right. Shay, since you are the guest here, we're going to ask the question to you first. We asked 100 farmers in Iowa, was your father also a farmer? How many said yes?
80.
Ooh.
Must be pretty good.
Less?
I'm going to go higher.
Higher? You're going higher. Okay.
I'm going to go higher.
And that is correct.
Yeah.
Les.
Yeah.
The answer is 95.
Yeah.
That was almost everybody's a farmer in Iowa. That's
I was about to
Les,
say, but what else other than Dave Chappelle? But what else can you do?
right?
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
much.
Yeah, that is the basketball, right?
Hunter, basketball, and farmer. All right.
Les, the question is to you. Les is up 1-0.
Here
Question
we
to
go.
you. We asked 100 homeowners, do you think your house is haunted? How many said yes? Out of 100 people, how many said their house is haunted?
30.
Yeah, I'm gonna
30.
go.
All right.
If he says 30, I'm going less. I'm gonna go. I'll go. I don't know, 25 or less.
All
It's
right.
got to be less than that.
I guess I should have said where.
Shay, you are correct.
All right.
The answer is 12. All right, 1-1.
Man,
All right.
12.
Yeah,
So
I think with the
we are
Amityville horror,
we are
make
tied.
you think everybody house haunted.
All right, we're gonna go to question number 3. The question is back to you, Les.
All right.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The question is back to Shay here.
It's back to Shay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We asked 100 married people, if your spouse made out with someone else, would you consider it cheating? How many said yes?
99.
That was he just gave me a softball. He gave me a softball. I'm gonna go less than that, but it'll probably only be like 98. Let's just go.
All right, Les, you are correct. The actual answer is 89.
89.
89. Okay.
How many? Who are these other people that said it's not cheating?
They live in Iowa in the polygamous camps. I don't know.
Right.
That's Utah. Let's not insult everybody.
My bad. They're in Utah.
Oh my gosh. All right, Les, you're up 2-1.
Oh Lord.
Okay, the question is to you. You can close this game out with this question, Les.
Right here.
All right.
I like Shay though. I don't know. I might let him hang around for a little while.
We asked 100 massage therapists,
Oh Lord.
if somebody falls asleep on the table, do you take a break and still charge them? How many said they would take a break and still charge them?
85%.
85%. Okay.
It's definitely less than that. So I'll go with
All right.
85. He goes 84. I bet you very few people, 'cause they wake up so soon.
All right. All right. Shay is going less. Shay, you are correct.
There you go.
The answer is 18.
Yeah, I thought it'd be really low.
Maybe I didn't understand the question.
Oh,
Maybe
you
I
understood it. Yeah, you understood it.
Well, here's my thing. And let's be honest.
You're
How 100% people they asking. First of all. Second,
we know what you would do.
I'm gonna keep massaging I'm gonna wake them up when their hour done, and you got to go and you got to pay me.
Yeah.
All right. Final question. Here we go. The question is back to Shay. It is 2-2. This is for all the marbles.
All the marbles.
All right, Shay. We asked 100 nurses. Is your wife a nurse, by the way?
No.
Okay. All right. So you have no knowledge on this question.
No.
What about
We
daughter?
asked-
Daughter? No.
No.
All right.
All right, Shay. We asked 100 nurses, in your experience, are men bigger chickens when it comes to needles? How many said that men are bigger chickens when it comes to needles than women?
90. I'll say 90%. Men are bigger chickens. I'm going high.
All right, Les.
You gave me another softball.
All right, Les.
less. I think I'm gonna say less on this one.
Okay.
Les, for all the marbles, you are correct.
Yeah.
Not by much.
I told you.
Not by much. It was only 87. This is the first time that we've had. I didn't get a chance to use the wrong answer bell. I'm just going to use it now just because. And that's the first time we've ever gone through
I like the
like that.
But see, I can tell with Shay's mentality, he is all in. He goes all in on everything. So it's 90 or better. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm like, most of them are going to be like, they don't want no needle. I know I don't like a needle at all. So I put myself automatically in that category.
Right.
I don't want no needle under any circumstance.
All right. Let's take a quick break and we'll be back with more of the Man Space Podcast.
Cool.
I just want to drop that logo in there.
Yeah, I
real quick.
I was like, oh
yes. Yes, I
you
just want to drop the logo. Just a little bit of a tease. WTMS, where every story has a stage.
Hey, so Shay, your mantra, the happy entrepreneur, can you tell us what inspired the concept and how it shapes your approach to business and life?
Sure. So there I was having a sales meeting with my group every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I thought it was such a good idea to have it with my team that I decided to start live streaming it. And this was 2013, 14, back when you could probably, I think it was that time, you could finally get on Facebook, right? So, you know, it was just like, well, back then you had to go through like something called YouTube Live. You had to come through the back door for a while. But anyway, and in doing so, I found out that nobody wanted to hear any sales training at 11 p.m. at night. And so because I was already doing training and bringing them on and, it just seemed like I reached more people, I brought a guest expert on. And that's what you do at sales meetings anyway, or meetings in general. Sometimes you bring a guest expert and they do a talk. But this person, she and I, we were just having a conversation and the numbers went up. I think that time we reached like 15,000 folks. And this is back when Facebook would promote anybody that had good quality, okay, and put it in front of as many people as possible. So it wasn't we did anything famous. It was the algorithm and the timing. And I was like, whoa, that was pretty cool. And what inspired the show was, you know what? Let's put the sales train on the side. No one cares. But what if I could talk to everyday entrepreneurs who were just like me? Good folks doing some cool things and find out their highs and their lows and share that with the audience. Now, I wasn't an interviewer, didn't have experience in none of this stuff, but I seen it something cool. So what inspired me, if you want to know, was one, a failure, because, think about it. You're doing the show, nobody's there. You do that for probably about 4 or 5 months. You're getting hardly anybody watching. And then all of a sudden you put on a show and it becomes hot. And we could do some cool things back then. You had something called live stream and some other cool little knickknacks that just made us cool. And hence it became known as the Happy Entrepreneur Show. And I didn't create the brand. I didn't create the brand. It was because, the audience are calling me the Happy Entrepreneur. And that's what inspired the show. So today, the show that's been running since August of 2018, now in our 8th year, it was claimed the number one late night show because it was the only late night show at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at night. Secondly, the whole mission is to provide entrepreneurs with the resources from other people that they need to execute the vision they have for the people they would call to serve. So entrepreneurs could tune in and watch. And it's just been an incredible ride. It's all about a collaboration. So that's how we got started. And that's the mission of the show.
Awesome.
So you've helped a countless number of entrepreneurs, in going into the mastering the art of selling and promoting their business. What do you think some of the biggest misconceptions that people have about sales, and how do you help people overcome these barriers?
Yeah. So the biggest misconception I have, and I'll talk about someone named Carol. And Carol was a financial planner, and she might be like many of you, they have a big heart. She wanted to help a lot of people, but she didn't see herself in sales, which is an oxymoron, by the way. Financial planner, not in sales, like an entrepreneur, not in sales. No offense to anyone that's watching right now. And we were having a conversation, and I shared with her because she needed to get the $5,000 in order to continue to do it full time, or her and her husband decide she had to go back and get a job. Nothing wrong with getting a job in these United States of America. It's an honor to have a job, but that's not what she wanted. And so what I shared with her wasn't how to persuade people or convince people. It was really around a mindset around selling. That's where it started. I shared this one idea. It's only 3 words, and I'll give it to you in less than a minute. Just 3 words. And the 3 words are selling equals service. The selling is about serving other folks. Now, even if you're not in business right now and you're watching this show, we're all in sales. You think about it. Preachers every single week are selling faith, are they not?
Yes.
Teachers, bless their heart, the lowest paid folks in the world. They should be paid double, triple, quadruple what they're making now. But teachers get up every single day and they're selling education. My kids are grown, but I went through DC public school. So, somebody's got to do the work. And you think about parents. I'm a parent. Many of you may be parents or uncles or aunts and so forth. We get up every single day and we're selling values to our kids. So the number one sell you make to yourself every day is your belief system. We shifted her belief system from trying to convince people. I'm coming back to you guys now. From trying to convince people to do anything to just saying, how can I solve their problem? If they hire me, great. If they don't, no big deal. So you went away from trying to convince and be persuasive and try and make people do something they don't want to do to saying, if you want help, I can help you. Here's how. And that took the pressure off of her. And she had to do some other things. And that allowed her to stay in business. As far as I know, I haven't talked to her in about 3 years. She's still in business today, full time, all the time, doing what she loves, which is helping people be able to plan their future and be able to retire and send their kids to school. So that's how we do it. Selling a service. Look at it that way. Change your perspective.
Yeah. It just changed mine real quick.
Absolutely.
So Shay, Russ and I just did an episode on the Outliers Edge podcast, right? Russ mentioned to me that he has an upcoming episode on the Happy Entrepreneur. In your opinion, what role does collaboration add to community play in an entrepreneur's journey to success?
Well, I mentioned one success principle first, because it's a principle whether you adopt it or not, and it plays a role in entrepreneurs and it plays a role in life. And it's this, I didn't create it, but it's so true. And that is success is a team sport. If you're taking notes, you can write that down for those folks that are out there. Success is a team sport. You can only get so far by yourself. Now, collaboration is one of our 12 rules for life. We've got 12 rules, but one of them is, and you can put this in your notes, is that collaboration crushes competition. Collaboration crushes competition. When I first started as an entrepreneur in 2004, I got laid off. Never wanted to be an entrepreneur, by the way, but I got laid off. So everybody else had a freaking company. I said, I'm going to start a company. Then I ran out of money. Then I went bankrupt. Then I went through my second divorce. Don't judge me, by the way. Don't judge me. Had a hard time getting into business, by the way. My son decided to live with me. Don't judge me. So I'm broke. I'm a dad. My car's getting repossessed. This is not a pretty story. They're talking about Shay Brown today, but I want you to know about that Shay Brown back in the day, okay? I mean, I used to be so broke I couldn't go to the beach, and the beaches are free. Isn't that crazy? I know. But his question was about collaboration. One of the things that I had to get into, because I'm a high introvert. So if you don't ever see me talking like I am now, if everybody ever see me walking around, I'm normally the quietest person around, by the way, but is I had to collaborate with other people. And I had to work with other entrepreneurs who had different skill sets. Many times had different communities. And in doing so, I had to say, how do I add value? And you asked a question about selling earlier. I'm going to give you something around collaboration. It's a shayism, it's a remix, but it's something that I learned. And that is, don't chase the money in collaborations. Add value, and the money will chase you. Let me tell you what I mean by that. We were talking about photographer. We're talking about media earlier. I like to call it media because we like to do both. It's just how we roll. But in the media world, while I did learn a skill set, which is media, and they'll say photography because that's 99% what I do when I'm on location, is I found a niche that I like to do, and then I was able to add value practicing for folks for free. And in doing that, I was able to be entered into a number of collaborations, probably the last 2 years, that I would have never been invited to. I mean, I think I'm a cool guy, but I'm not in some of these circles, and I get invited because of the value that we're able to add. So what's the point? Back over you in collaborations. Don't chase the money. Add value. And I promise you, they may call and they may say, "Hey, we like to do something with you." And we know you're gonna do your part. Now you gotta do your part. You gotta show up.
Absolutely.
And you gotta give your best. And if you do that, I'll tell you right now, you'll win more than you lose. And that's the philosophy, and I'm done. That's the philosophy of our company. I'll give you another phrase. It's called the giver's economy. Something we created, and we just do these things. But the giver's economy means the person that outgives the competition, out earns the competition. So when you're going to collaborate, give freely. It's not a new idea. I grew up in a Pentecostal church. You can tell my mom was a bishop, but that's I got into a lot of trouble. Don't judge me. But give freely, and I'm telling you, it works. So I might be on this call because of collaborations that Russ has done with other folks. And I'm here now on this call right now, not because of any brilliance, but because we come from the heart. And if we don't get something right, we're going to do our best to make it right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I've been watching your work for, I guess we've known each other probably 2 years now, so pretty close to that.
Not 2 or 3 years.
And I've been watching your work for a while, and I've been admiring what you're doing. And I'm just like, man, I mean, I almost want to sit there and just take what you're doing and just put it into what I want to do because of the direction you're going. It's like you're going out there and you're knocking down all of the things ahead of me and making it a path easier for me to follow behind you. And you're more like a trailblazer in all of this. And when I sit there and I look at what you're doing and with all the different projects that you have going on, like what was the moment that everything just started to click for you and to the point where you decided to say, hey, let me start taking what I know and helping other people do it?
Sure. So it's a two-part question. So let me answer it through a story if I can. When I first got started in 2004 in sales, I never wanted to be in sales. I only started learning sales because I had to stay in business. Okay, I just had to stay in business. And in learning the skill set, in the beginning, I was teaching people how to sell. So I was the guy that comes to sales meetings for free and then talk about closing and handling objections and all that stuff you need. And then I would offer them a program to the reps, not to the company, but to the reps, and they would buy my programs. And then it shifted, Russ, I would say in about 2010 and about 2010 is when social media started becoming what it is. And we started learning about media. And you talk about cameras, we were dibbling and dabbling, but I saw that the video was the huge part. Now, his question was, when did the big takeoff come? What was that defining moment? I didn't know then what I know now. Okay. I was just someone that was trying to keep up with a market that was changing. My audience was changing. When I was getting older, I know I have my ARP card and all that stuff now. Okay. Don't judge me. They were getting older and they didn't want to learn things. They were trying to outsource it to someone who could do the work because they already knew those things. And so we shifted from being a trainer to people outsourcing their sales department to us. Now, the moment that happened and we said, look, we could sell for companies that are selling something over $10,000 and help them make money. We became an outsourced company, or you might call it an agency. And that opened the door because 80% of our revenue was coming in, providing the service, not just the training. Does that make sense? And so when media took over, it opened up. You think about cash flow, cash on this side, and 20% of all the activity you see is probably marketing and stuff that we enjoy. And so it opened up the door with the media to do things no one else was doing. And that's what freed up. Now, somebody, because, I don't get paid for that, but I love doing it. And I think that comes through clearly. And so that was the defining moment where I said, wow, I can do what I love over here. I'm still making cash over here. It opened the door up. And what's the point to someone watching as an entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, is number one, keep the main thing the main thing. I'm still known for sales. So the main thing is the main thing. You do that really, really well, but you will see an extension as your audience grows and the market shifts. And I do a business case study every single morning on a program. And I will tell you now that every company finds that shift. So Russ, it was initially doing something because out of a need, because I just saw it and it was out there and I didn't know it was going to turn to this, to now being able to do it. And now the challenge is getting ready for that next new wave of new things that are coming out. And so I would tell someone, number one, do it afraid. What's the point of the story? You can be fearful and still take action. It can be outside your comfort zone, but within your grasp. So I would tell you to continue to stretch yourself, because it's just as hard. And there's a book out there called 10X is just as easy as 2X. If you never heard of Dan Sullivan, one of the top books out there, it's just as easy to go big on certain things when it's not money attached than it is to go small. And so I went all in on the media, and it's really paid off. So that was that moment, Russ, that it really allowed me to shift the company and do what we do over here, which 90% of people will say we're like Berry Gordy, right? You never see us. We're like Motown. We get good artists. They're already good, and we can provide services for them like Motown. They own their rights, and that pays really well. But at the same time, we can go attract them with the 20%. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah,
So
that does.
No, absolutely. Actually makes sense.
Allow me to get out there. And then in 1 minute, if I got 1 minute, in the photography, the person at the event I was at, Russ, initially, when I first got my camera, just to let you know, I never really done lifestyle photos at an event. And I was at this event during COVID, and I went to the host, and everybody told me no. They told me don't even ask the guy. I was talking to my friend. When I got there, I'm not even gonna mention them. There are people who got me on the stage, right? Rhonda Wood and some other good folks. You're probably listening. Wait, I don't know about that. Just speak on sales. That's what you do. I don't know. I've got this camera. I got this new camera. And I asked him, and he probably thought nothing of it. He said, I don't care. It's only about 20 people. There was a small event. And I worked just as hard in that small event as anything. Yeah. But they liked the work, and I got invited back. But if I had never taken the risk, and that's the point I'm trying to tell everyone, you've got to step outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And in doing that, it'll stretch you. Anyway, that's a long-winded answer to your question, that it was through being uncomfortable and still taking action. They're not mutually exclusive. Yeah. You cannot feel like doing something and do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense because, a lot of times I think a lot of us are stuck within our comfort zone. Yes. And they don't want to step forward. They want to sit at their little booth and do just, I want to come in at my 9, I want to leave at my 5, and I just want to go home. I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to lead people. I don't want to do any of these things. And when you get into those things, you're stuck in that routine, and everything is mundane. And when you're in that type of bubble, you cannot handle something outside that changes your 9 to 5, that changes your world. If you're heading to work and a car breaks down in front of you and it stops traffic because that car broke down, and your whole day is messed up because you're out of your routine. Just something as simple as that. And so being able to stretch and get outside your bubble and being able to think outside the box on situations, man, I applaud you for all of that. And man, you need good
people like you, Russ, and you, Les. You need good people like you when you show up at an event. Like Russ is open. If I ask a question, he'll say, "Oh, this is what this is." And I'm at other events where they don't do that, and I just respect that. You say, "Oh, wow, what are you using there?" "Oh, I'm table over this. This is, you don't need to know this. Yeah. You might know this less in your world. Some people don't want to share, and it took me a while to understand. Don't push it. Just step back." Right. But when I meet people like Russ and others that say, "No, this is what I use. I'm willing to share this with you," it goes a long way. So, great. Great question.
One of the things that I think that a lot of people are not, and I think we need more people that are actual teachable and coachable, because here's the thing. I may know the information, but you might know a better way.
Yes.
I know the route. Mm-hmm. I drive from here to Alabama, every other month, but you might know a better route to get there. That's going to save me some time. So
that's the collaboration.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And I think a lot of people want to prove themselves as the experts. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
The consistency is the most important part. I think Les says something, no one's going to shout on it. They didn't jump up and down, but he said, get out there and do it as often as you can. And so by us doing a show 5 days a week, all right, I just naturally got better at this. I haven't trained. I just got better. If you look at the old stuff, you're like, what in the world was he doing? I can't believe I listened to a word he said. But you have to get out there. Russ is your coach. He can teach you how to read about how to swim. He can talk about swimming, buy master classes about swimming, pray about swimming. If you want to, all my Christians out there want to pray, you can pray. But I read somewhere, and I'm not even that type of person, that you got to take action.
That's right.
Right. Pay for that works is what dead somewhere. I read somewhere in a good book. I think it's like that. So you got to go take action. And if you do it wrong, get back in it again.
That's it.
That's what I'm not saying fail. I'm just saying do the best you can. It don't work out. It's not permanent. Just get back in.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I've had some colossal failures. Okay. We'll save that
for another show.
Biggest interview, and I forgot to turn the thing on.
Yeah, we'll save that for another show. But listen, we're running out of time in this episode. Shay, how can people find you, follow you, get more information about your projects that you're doing? What are your handles?
Sure. For someone that's out there, the fastest way to connect, and we want to help you. Okay. If you're an entrepreneur and you're watching right now, like, you know what, generating revenue is important to my business. I just want to connect with you, Shay, because you can see me, but I can't see you. That's the problem right now, right? So first, you can go over to the website. It's just CEOsalesagency.com, www.ceosales, agency.com. Once you get there, just click the button and let's schedule time to have a conversation. Like I like to get to know you. It's only for people that, you just want to connect. I want to connect with you. We talked about collaborating. So I got to learn what you're doing. I'm not talking about selling you. Let's just connect. Okay. That's number one. So CEOsalesagency.com. Number two, on social media, just go over to @IamJBrown. Now, if you connect with me, then do me a favor. You got to put Manspace in there. Okay. Just put #Manspace. Now, #Manspace is the bat signal. No, that's the bat signgle. That's the bat signal. That we're going to give you something that's going to give value to help you in your life.
Yes.
So connect with me because I can't see you, but you can see me. So let's start the collaboration right now.
Absolutely. Hey, Les, we got to go to break, but Shay, this has been fantastic. I appreciate you spending time with us.
Absolutely.
Hey, you definitely got an invite to come back once we go live with WTMS. And it's been real. I appreciate you. This has been fantastic. And we are going to take a quick break and be back. Manspace Nation, you know how we do, how we wrap things up. We'll be back with more of the Manspace podcast.
Appreciate you.
As we do each week, we like to close the show with just a little bit of inspiration. The word of the week is action. Action is the process of doing something to achieve a goal or fulfill a purpose. It involves movement, effort, and the courage to translate thought into reality, whether it's small, deliberate steps or bold, decisive moves. Actions turns potential into progress and dreams into tangible outcomes. In the end, action is what defines our lives. It's not the intentions, plans, or wishes that shapes our legacies, but the steps we take and then the work that we do. While hesitation keeps us in the realm of possibility, action opens doors to new opportunities and growth. So as we rush closer to a new year, let's make action a way of living fully, creating meaning and momentum with every choice that you make. Remember, Manspace Nation, the smallest action is always better than the greatest intention. Take the first step and keep moving forward. Wow.
My God.
The smallest action is greater than the biggest intention. Man, let me tell you, Shay set us up at that one because when he started getting into taking action, I just had a smile on my face because I'm like, I know this is the closing message. I mean, yes.
You know where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that a lot of people have so many goals and dreams. And there was something that you said a long time ago about, do you know how many dreams are right there in that cemetery? Or I don't remember how you phrased it, but it was something to that extent.
Yeah, it was basically all the people who had dreams. Go to a cemetery and you can see all the people who had dreams that never came true.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because they died with them. If you don't use them today and you don't use them going forward, they die with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Man, it's all about taking action, and that's what we're about. It's about taking action, moving forward, progressing, and that's what we all need to be doing. It's continuing to progress and continue to move forward. Quit looking behind you, look forward, and continue to head toward your destination. So, Man Space Nation, I'm going to leave it at that because that one was just good. I love that one.
It was great. It was great.
Make sure that you tune in to Manspace Nat 1, and we'll be posting more details about WTMS real soon. So make sure that you stay tuned to us at Manspace Nat 1 on IG for more details. The Chloe Foundation is still open, so there is time for you to go in and make a donation to the Chloe Foundation. The family is doing very well. Chloe is still in the hospital at this point, but I tell you, every day she's getting stronger. I'm gonna have to get some new pictures of her and get them up on the website. Manspace Nation, make sure you go over there to check out the link for the Chloe Foundation. It is on the manspacepodcast.com. And Les, I think that is about it. As for the Manspace Nation, we are recording this Thanksgiving week. So happy Thanksgiving to you and to
Thanksgiving,
Manspace Nation. And by the way, next week, we're going to air our episode of the Outliers Edge. So our episode on the Outliers Edge, we will air next week. And so you'll be able to check that one out. And on that note,
we out of here.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Man Space.
Whichever platform you listen to us on, make sure you subscribe and don't miss a show.
Remember to keep up with all the Man Space updates on our website, themanspacepodcast.com.
And you can follow us on Instagram at manspacenat1.
Until next time, Man Space Nation, he's Les, I am Russ, and we are out of here. These are the people of why we have 4 more years.